Join our family of creators. Your support means the world to us. Subscribe now to the Content Creator channel. Your support keeps us motivated and helps us bring you fresh, exciting content every week. Hit that subscribe button and be part of our journey. Tonight we're tracking a pivotal week, a period brimming with critical decisions and potential turning points for the Trump administration. A week that could very well define the trajectory of his presidency. The first week of July 2025 is packed with deadlines on a convergence of crucial dates that demand immediate action: trade, domestic policy, and diplomacy. Each area presenting its own unique set of challenges and opportunities. President Trump is driving a series of high-stakes decisions that carry significant weight and potential repercussions. That could reshape the economy, impacting everything from job growth to consumer spending, national security, and America's global standing. The choices made this week will reverberate across the international stage for years to come. A massive tax and spending bill, a piece of legislation with far-reaching implications for the nation's finances, faces a July 4th deadline, adding immense pressure to already strained negotiations on Capitol Hill. While trade talks with India and Japan, two critical economic partners, reach a breaking point, threatening to disrupt established trade relationships and potentially ignite new trade wars. As a global tariff truce nears expiration, the stakes are incredibly high for businesses and consumers worldwide. The administration is also advancing, pushing forward with a new Middle East peace proposal, a bold initiative aimed at resolving decades of conflict in the region. With Israeli Prime Minister Netanyahu, a key player in the region, visiting Washington next week. His visit underscores the importance of this proposal and the delicate nature of the negotiations. Meanwhile, a potential shakeup at the Federal Reserve, the nation's central bank, could impact inflation and interest rates nationwide. Any changes in leadership or policy at the Fed could have significant consequences for the American economy. These events are deeply interconnected, each one influencing and being influenced by the others, forming a web of policy and power moves. Navigating this complex landscape will require skillful leadership and strategic decision-making. The pressure is intense, with stakeholders from all sides vying for their interests to be heard and addressed. And the outcomes are uncertain. The future direction of the country hangs in the balance. We'll break down the trade negotiations, examining the key sticking points and potential pathways to resolution, the contents of the bill before Congress, analyzing its potential impact on various sectors of the economy, and the new defense vision. We'll delve into the strategies and priorities that will shape America's military posture in the years ahead. We'll also examine the risks and what's at stake, providing a comprehensive assessment of the potential consequences of these decisions for American families, businesses, from small enterprises to large corporations, and the country's global influence. We'll explore how these events could alter America's role in the world. The next few days will be pivotal, a period that will undoubtedly shape the course of American history. For millions of Americans, their lives and livelihoods could be directly affected by the decisions made this week. Let's separate the facts from the noise, cutting through the political rhetoric and providing clear, unbiased analysis, and see why this week matters. Join us as we navigate this critical period and uncover the truth behind the headlines. The global trade clock is ticking, a relentless countdown echoing through boardrooms and trade ministries worldwide. Every second brings us closer to a pivotal moment that could reshape international commerce. July 9th looms large on the calendar, marking the end of a 90-day tariff truce, a temporary ceasefire in the ongoing trade disputes. This date represents a critical juncture, a point of no return that could trigger a new wave of economic uncertainty. President Trump has vowed not to extend it, a firm stance that signals a willingness to escalate trade tensions if necessary. This uncompromising position has put pressure on negotiating partners to reach agreements quickly, raising the stakes for new trade deals. The pressure is on to forge agreements that address long-standing grievances and create a more level playing field for American businesses. Without agreements, the consequences could be far-reaching, impacting industries and consumers alike. Tariffs up to 50% could hit goods from around the world. This would translate to higher costs for businesses, potentially leading to job losses and reduced economic growth. The ripple effects could be felt across the globe. The administration is using this deadline to pressure partners, employing a high-stakes strategy to extract concessions and reshape trade relationships. especially India and Japan. These two economic powerhouses are key targets in the administration's efforts to rebalance trade flows and address perceived unfair practices. Talks with India are close, aiming to prevent a tariff hike on U.S. goods, a move that could significantly impact bilateral trade between the two nations and protect American farmers and manufacturers. The goal is to ensure that American businesses can compete effectively in the global marketplace and that American workers have access to good-paying jobs. With Japan, the situation is tense, marked by deep divisions and a lack of consensus on key issues. Trump threatens new tariffs on cars and electronics, a move that could trigger a major trade dispute and disrupt the global automotive and technology industries, risking a major trade conflict with a key ally. Such a conflict could have significant economic and geopolitical consequences, undermining international cooperation and stability. These moves could disrupt global supply chains, creating bottlenecks and increasing costs for businesses that rely on international trade, and raise prices for American consumers. Everyday goods, from clothing to electronics, could become more expensive, putting a strain on household budgets. The administration's gamble forced better deals for U.S. workers, aiming to revitalize American manufacturing and create new opportunities for the workforce, but risk higher costs and market volatility. The uncertainty surrounding trade policy could spook investors and lead to fluctuations in the stock market. The world is watching as these trade negotiations unfold, with governments and businesses around the globe bracing for the potential fallout. Will we see new cooperation or a return to trade wars? The answer to this question will have profound implications for the future of global trade and economic relations. The next few days will decide the direction of global trade, setting the stage for either a new era of collaboration or a period of heightened conflict. For businesses and consumers, the outcome could mean real changes in prices and job security. The stakes are high, and the consequences will be felt by everyone. The stakes couldn't be higher. This is a defining moment for the global economy. We'll keep you updated as the deadline approaches. Stay tuned for the latest developments and analysis. In Washington, a legislative sprint is underway. President Trump is pushing Congress to pass the One Big Beautiful Bill before July 4th. This sweeping tax and spending package would make the 2017 tax cuts permanent, eliminate taxes on tips and overtime, and add new deductions for seniors. Businesses would get immediate write-offs for equipment and research, but the bill also slashes social programs and adds over $3 trillion to the deficit. It includes $350 billion for immigration enforcement and a major boost for national defense, including a new space-based missile shield. Democrats oppose the bill as a giveaway to the wealthy. Some Republicans worry about the debt. The House vote will test Trump's influence and set the nation's economic course. The pressure is on. Will the president get his July 4th victory? We'll know soon. The Trump administration is signaling a major change at the Federal Reserve. President Trump may replace Chairman Jerome Powell before his term ends, seeking a leader more willing to cut interest rates. Lower rates could boost markets and make borrowing cheaper, but economists warn of inflation risks and threats to Fed independence. The Fed's decisions affect everything from mortgages to savings accounts. A shakeup could undermine global confidence in the US dollar and financial system. No official announcement yet, but a new nominee could come this fall. The Senate confirmation would be contentious. The big question: will short-term stimulus outweigh long-term stability? This story could impact every American's wallet. On the world stage, the Trump administration is actively engaged, pushing for a significant breakthrough in the Middle East. Their efforts are focused on de-escalating tensions and fostering a path towards lasting peace in a region fraught with conflict. This initiative underscores the administration's commitment to playing a pivotal role in global diplomacy and conflict resolution. A new 60-day Gaza ceasefire proposal is on the table, primarily centering on a carefully structured hostage exchange between the involved parties. This proposal represents a critical opportunity to halt the ongoing violence and provide much-needed relief to the civilian population caught in the crossfire. The details of the exchange are being meticulously negotiated to ensure a fair and equitable outcome for all. The proposal has been carefully crafted and presented to Hamas by mediators from Egypt and Qatar, who are playing a crucial role in facilitating communication and bridging the gap between the conflicting sides. These mediators bring years of experience in navigating complex political landscapes and are working tirelessly to secure a positive response from Hamas. In a significant diplomatic move, Israeli Prime Minister Netanyahu is scheduled to visit Washington on July 7th. This visit is seen as a crucial opportunity for direct dialogue and high-level discussions on the path forward. The primary objectives of Netanyahu's visit are to discuss the proposed ceasefire agreement in detail, and to address broader regional security concerns that impact both Israel and its neighbors. The discussions will likely involve exploring long-term strategies for stability and cooperation in the region. The stakes are incredibly high, with the potential for either a significant step towards peace or a further descent into prolonged conflict. Hamas is currently holding firm, demanding a full and unconditional Israeli withdrawal from the Gaza Strip as a prerequisite for any lasting agreement. Conversely, Israel remains steadfast in its position, insisting on the complete and verifiable dismantling of Hamas's military capabilities to ensure the long-term security of its citizens. Decades of deep-seated mistrust, coupled with the devastating impact of recent violence, are significantly complicating the already delicate negotiations. Overcoming these historical and emotional barriers will be essential for achieving a breakthrough. The ongoing war has resulted in the tragic loss of over 56,000 Palestinian lives and has displaced millions of people from their homes, creating a dire humanitarian crisis in the region. For Israel, securing the safe return of the remaining hostages held in Gaza is an absolute top priority, driving much of their decision-making in these negotiations. The ultimate outcome of these critical talks has the potential to fundamentally reshape the future of the region, with far-reaching implications for global stability and international relations. The international community will be watching the White House meeting with intense scrutiny, recognizing its potential to alter the course of the Israeli-Palestinian conflict. The central question remains: can diplomacy finally succeed in achieving a lasting peace, where so many previous efforts have ultimately fallen short? The decisions made and the steps taken in the coming days and weeks will undoubtedly have profound and lasting consequences for the region and the world. We will continue to closely monitor and report on these crucial developments as they unfold, providing you with the latest updates and analysis. The One Big Beautiful Bill includes $25 billion for the Golden Dome, a space-based missile defense system. This network of satellites aims to intercept ballistic missiles before they reach U.S. soil, marking a leap in military technology. Supporters say it's vital for defense against threats from North Korea and Iran. Critics warn of high costs, technical hurdles, and the risk of sparking a new arms race with Russia and China. The project signals a shift towards space as the next frontier in national security. The debate over its feasibility and strategic impact is just beginning. The Golden Dome could redefine America's defense priorities for decades. The Trump administration is also overhauling the federal government. A new Department of Government Efficiency, or DOGE, aims to modernize systems, cut waste, and streamline regulations. The goal: run government more like a business, focusing on efficiency and cost-cutting. This restructuring impacts agencies like NASA, with deep cuts likely for science and climate missions. Supporters see accountability and savings. Critics fear lost leadership in science and innovation. The changes reflect a shift toward near-term goals over long-term research. It's a quiet but profound transformation of the federal landscape. The Trump agenda is bold and risky. The looming trade deadline could mean better deals or a damaging trade war. The One Big Beautiful Bill delivers tax cuts and security spending, but at the cost of a soaring deficit and deep social program cuts. A Federal Reserve shakeup could boost markets or trigger inflation. The Gaza ceasefire push is a high-stakes diplomatic gamble. Long-term projects like the Golden Dome and DOGE could reshape defense and government, but not without controversy. The next week will reveal the immediate outcomes, but the long-term effects will unfold for years. We'll be watching every step. What does all this mean for you? Trade talks could change prices on cars, electronics, and groceries. The new bill affects your taxes, social benefits, and the national debt. Changes at the Fed could impact your mortgage and savings. Middle East diplomacy could affect global stability and security. The administration's vision: aggressive trade, lower taxes, stronger military, and a leaner government. The coming days will test this vision and shape America's future. The impact will be felt in every